If you think Roblox trading is just friendly item swaps between players, you are dangerously wrong, because behind the colorful limiteds and fair trade messages is a system that quietly chews up new players and spits them out broke. Let's talk about the dark side of Roblox trading that nobody wants to admit exists. On the surface, trading looks exciting. Rare limiteds, value charts, huge wins, flex culture. You see someone with a stacked inventory and think, one day that'll be me. What you don't see is the manipulation, the gatekeeping, the fake hype, and the psychological warfare happening in DMs every single day. Roblox trading isn't just a market, it's a battlefield. First, let's talk about value manipulation. If you've ever traded limiteds, you've probably heard phrases like, it's rising, projected, low demand, or it's about to spike. Sounds professional, right? Like we're all Wall Street analysts and blocky avatars. But half the time, those phrases are just tools to pressure you. Someone sends you a trade, it looks slightly off, you hesitate, suddenly they're in your messages saying, bro, this item is rising fast, you're getting a win. According to who? Their cousin? A random Discord server? A screenshot they cropped perfectly to hide the real numbers? Value manipulation works because it preys on uncertainty. Newer traders don't want to look stupid, they don't want to miss out, so they trust the louder, more confident voice. And in trading, confidence can be completely fake. Then there's the rush tactic. Oh, the rush tactic. Accept fast. I'm about to leave. My Wi-Fi is bad. I have another offer. It's always urgent, always dramatic, like this is the last helicopter out of a war zone. Why? Because when you rush, you don't think. You don't refresh the trade window. You don't double-check item names. You don't notice the tiny swap they just made. 1 second, you're about to get a fair deal. The next second, one item changes to something similar looking but way lower in value. And if you accept under pressure, that's on you. Except it shouldn't feel like that. The trading culture normalizes pressure. It normalizes speed. It makes you feel like if you take your time, you're the problem. But taking your time is the only thing protecting you. Now, let's talk about upgrade culture. This one is wild. Someone messages you, I can upgrade your items. That sounds helpful, generous, like they're doing you a favor. But here's the truth. Nobody upgrades your inventory out of kindness. That's not how markets work. What they're actually doing is collecting overpay. They'll take multiple smaller items from you and give one big item that's technically equal in value, but harder to trade, lower demand, or projected. You feel like you leveled up. In reality, you just handed them liquidity while you're stuck holding something harder to flip. And nobody explains that part to beginners, because beginners are the fuel of the trading economy. Yes, I said it. New traders are constantly feeding value upward. They overpay because they don't know better. They trust screenshots. They trust flexers. They trust big traders with YouTube channels and flashy inventories. Meanwhile, experienced traders are calculating margins like it's a business. And that's another dark truth. For some players, it is a business. There are Discord servers dedicated to manipulating item demand, groups that coordinate buys to artificially inflate value, private communities that share inside information before the public catches on. If you're not inside those circles, you're reacting late. And reacting late in trading usually means losing. Nobody talks about that because it ruins the illusion that trading is fair. Then there's social status. Let's not pretend limiteds aren't about flexing, the rare items, the glowing accessories, the animated faces. Roblox trading has built an entire hierarchy system based on who owns what. And that hierarchy creates ego. Some traders won't even respond to you if your inventory isn't big enough. Some will lowball you just because they think you don't know better. Some will talk down to you like you're lucky they even sent a trade. It stops being about fun and starts being about dominance. And the craziest part, Roblox doesn't really step in. As long as it's technically within the trade system, it's allowed. Manipulative? Yes. Unethical? Maybe. Against the rules? Not necessarily. Which means it keeps happening. Now, let's talk about projections. If you don't know what a projected item is, it's basically when someone artificially inflates the recent sale price of a limited to make it look more valuable than it really is. They buy it from themselves or coordinate sales at higher prices. Suddenly, the graph spikes. Suddenly, it looks like the item is booming. Then, they trade it to someone who doesn't understand projections. And when the value crashes back down, guess who's holding the bag? Not them. You are. Projection scams are especially brutal because they look legitimate. The data supports it, the graph supports it, the recent sales support it. But it's temporary, it's manufactured hype, it's pump and dump in block form. And new traders get wrecked by it every week. Another dark side, fake friendliness. Some traders will build relationships with you before striking. They'll chat casually, play games with you, compliment your avatar, slowly gain trust, and then one day they'll send a trade slightly in their favor. You accept because you know them. That wasn't friendship, that was strategy. Not everyone does this, obviously, but enough do that you should be careful. Because when Robux and rare items are involved, motives change. Let's talk about something even more uncomfortable: addiction. Trading can become addictive fast. The refresh button, the incoming trade notifications, the constant checking of values, the dopamine hit when you land a win. It feels like stock trading mixed with gambling: high risk, high reward, constant movement. And when you lose, you feel stupid. You feel frustrated. So what do? You try to trade your way back up. You take bigger risks. You accept worse deals, hoping to recover. That's how people spiral. Nobody opens Roblox thinking, I'm going to emotionally invest in digital hats. But here we are. And then there's the humiliation factor. If you get scammed or take a big loss, you don't just lose items, you lose confidence. You feel embarrassed. Some players won't even tell their friends what happened because they feel dumb. That silence allows the culture to continue, because everyone thinks they're the only one who messed up. You're not. Thousands of players lose value every single day through manipulation, pressure, projections, and misinformation. The difference between experienced traders and new ones isn't intelligence, it's awareness. And here's the emotional truth nobody says out loud. It's okay if you don't want to treat Roblox like the stock market. It's okay if you just want to play games. It's okay if you don't care about maximizing every trade. It's okay if you decline trades that feel confusing. It's okay to step away from trading entirely. Your worth on Roblox is not your inventory value. Say that again. Your worth on Roblox is not your inventory value. The community sometimes makes it feel like if you don't own rare limiteds, you're irrelevant. That's nonsense. The platform is about creativity, games, experiences, and fun, not just digital asset flipping. And if you are going to trade, do it smart. Take your time, double-check everything. Never rush, never trust screenshots blindly, never accept under pressure, and never feel bad for saying no. Because the moment you feel pressured, that's the moment someone is trying to take advantage of you. The dark side of Roblox trading isn't just scams, it's the culture of manipulation that hides in plain sight. It's the normalization of pressure. It's the glorification of overpay. It's the silence around projections. It's the ego battles and hierarchy games. But here's the good news. Awareness kills manipulation. Once you see the tactics, they lose power. Once you understand projections, you stop falling for them. Once you recognize rush tactics, you slow down. Once you see fake confidence for what it is, you stop being intimidated. Trading can still be fun, it can still be strategic, it can still be rewarding, but only if you approach it with clarity instead of hype. So if you've ever been pressured into a bad trade, if you've ever overpaid because someone convinced you something was rising, if you've ever felt embarrassed after losing value, you're not alone. Drop a comment and tell me your worst trading experience. Let's actually talk about it instead of pretending everything is fine. And if this opened your eyes even a little, hit like, subscribe, and stick around, because we're exposing every corner of Roblox nobody wants to talk about.